Second video, changing the oil on the Jeep Grand Cherokee 3.0 Ecodiesel. When I first got it, the local shops, other than the dealer, weren't familiar with this engine, and one of those fast drive-through places, which I take my other cars to, and they do just fine with those. Weren't confident in doing this one, and they offered to do it and told me that they saw the YouTube video on how to do it. I was like, oh great. So I decided to look at the YouTube video myself and take care of it here at home. Alright, so let's take a look at the stuff that you need to do the job. You need this is the oil I buy, the Platinum Euro L Full Synthetic 530. The important thing is that it has to meet the specifications per, let's see, it's an, wow, does it even say anymore? Yes, Chrysler MS-11106. That's important. That's stated in the owner's manual, and that's the oil that you have to use on this engine. I was buying the Mopar filter on Amazon, and those are, geez, I think a little over $40 a piece. This one I can't recall, but you can look it up. It's significantly cheaper, and people have used them and have had no issues. So I looked at the reviews, and I've used this. This is my third time using this filter, and it's for the most part identical. I mean, how hard can you screw up a filter? Yeah, okay, well, I might get comments on that, but I haven't had any problems, and I have decided to go with my third oil change using this brand filter. Let's see. To do the job, the drain plug, 13 millimeter. Doesn't have to be a long. I think it's far enough down on the oil pan to reach with a standard socket. Flathead screwdriver. Pair of I guess I don't know what you want to call these, but you know, just some grip pliers. You'll see why. And this seems to fit just right. A 27 millimeter socket, and that is for the to remove the cartridge filter cap. Oil pan, oil funnel, and oh yeah, and a suction bulb. I don't know, it looks like a turkey baster, but this is held up probably for almost 10 oil changes. The oil started eating away at the rubber, so I had to put a zip tie. It's still doing okay. And that's it as far as what you need. And then you need I ran the engine for about, I'm going to say 5 minutes just to warm up the oil. It could probably run a little longer. And first thing you want to do is remove the top engine cover. So it's just hold in with some little socket ball joint. And just pull up. Oh, this one I'm backed up. Pull up. There, it comes right off. You can see there's like these little rubber sockets that fit over these little balls that are stationed around the engine. There's the over to the, when you're facing the car on the right side, there is the oil cartridge cap. It's buried behind the air intake hose, and I don't know what this is. I guess this is some kind of oil recovery. I don't know, because it does get a little oily. I don't know what that hose is. But anyway, that needs to move out of the way as well. Let's get started. Alright. Gotta loosen the screw back here. Hoping the camera's on. I hadn't charged it in a while. And I only charged it for a few minutes. All in all, I think it only takes me about a half hour to do this. And this is only my second video. Okay, and then that lets me twist it back here. I'm rushing a little bit because it's starting to get warm. Alright, maybe I can loosen it a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. There. Alright, so that's that. Put it aside. Now this hose, grab these pliers, and there's this clip right here that, I don't know, I've never been able to do it by hand. It's just too hard to compress. So I use this, ever so gently squeeze it, and look at that, it comes right off. And some people get a rag and wrap around it. Because it does tend to hold a little bit of oil. Yeah, so I move it aside behind here. There's not a lot of tension, and I guess it was just trying to get around this ball joint there, and there you go. Full access to the cartridge filter cap. And let me get underneath and start draining the oil. .13mm socket, oil pan, got my little mat here. Okay, maybe I put it too tight this time, that last time. Before I let it go, I'm gonna get a rag. Because this oil is really thin when it comes out, and it gets all over your hand. So, there. Oh. That was pretty good. Didn't get on my hand this time. Alright, put it there. Let it drain. Get my socket. Alright, ah, shoot. You know, been noticing that this rubber, what looks like silicone gasket has been, I don't know, getting softer and looks like it's deteriorating. I wanted to find another gasket for this next oil change, but I guess it's going to be the next one. The next one, the next one. By the way, they say they recommend changing the oil every 10,000 miles. I don't go that far. I wait till it gets to about 20% on the instrument display, or 65 to 7,000 miles. I don't know. I just feel more comfortable doing that. All right, let's. Now, half my tools are at the other house, so I had to make do with what I have here. So this is overkill, but this is what I have. This is not on very tight, not tight at all, almost just hand tight. But to get a grip and crack the cap open, the drains. That's fine. Okay, I forgot to mention a little quart